is Darius Campbell. Our Glasgow-born performer shot to fame 15 years ago after finishing third on talent show Pop Idol, but he was the real winner, wasn't he? Since then, he's released a platinum-selling album, starred in a string of West End shows like Chicago and Guys and Dolls. He even turned his hand to film producing, which we'll talk about more in a minute, but now he's treading the boards again in a touring production of Funny Girl. I'm not aware of it. I know it's a big show. What's it all about?
It's the true story of Fanny Bryce and Nicky Arnstein. It's the 50th anniversary production. It's been 50 years since Barbra Streisand made this.
It was her big break.
It was her big break. It was the show that brought her to stardom in New York, and also in the film that won multiple Academy Awards. I got the joy of being able to break records at the Menier and at the Savoy with Sheridan Smith, and bring to life what is the most beloved musical comedy of all time.
It's good fun.
It's amazing fun. We're on tour, and we're looking forward to seeing you up and down the country from now until August.
You mentioned Sheridan Smith there, so she's part of the tour, because when it was in the West End, she had to duck out for a bit,
Sheridan
didn't she?
and I are going to be sharing duties so that we can be enjoying celebrating this wonderful show with audiences in different theatres, and we got to perform it together for 18 months, 6 months at the Menier Chocolate Factory, and then I think they sold out 6 months in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It was one of the fastest selling shows of all time, beloved, and we've been nominated for an Olivier for Best Revival of a Musical, so we're excited about that too.
Really good. Do you, I mean, is it just sort of second nature now when you've been in a show for such a long time? You just, you know, you don't have to rehearse it much.
The challenge is keeping everything present and in the moment and alive, and that is something that when you're doing every night, the challenge becomes about being in the moment such that you feel that it's the first time.
Can you mess around with it a little bit?
Yeah,
Can you ad-lib a little bit?
Well, do you know, Sheridan is someone that has taught me a lot in terms of being able to reinvent that moment. And I've had the joy then of sharing the stage with Natasha Barnes, her understudy, who became a star. And the front page of the Daily Mail was "A Star is Born," and truly it couldn't be of more worthy note to have someone as talented be able to support Sheridan. When Sheridan took a bit of time off, Natasha did an incredible job, and she's going to be doing the tour with us too. So it's a family that celebrate the lives of two people that really existed. Fanny Bryce at one point was she was the highest grossing performer of all time, $20,000 a week.
Really?
And she was not the typical beauty that we expect. She was not the long-legged dancing girl. She was the comedian that was whip-smart and entertained and engaged with audiences in a way that nobody had before. And so she fell in love with a gambler called Nicky Arnstein, my character, a lovable rogue who got involved in a bit of shady business, a Ponzi scheme that put him in prison. But they really loved one another, and it was somewhat of a tragic love story, but with an uplifting, feel-good, feminine empowerment ending. And it has one of the greatest songs of all time, "Don't Rain on My Parade." And beyond being able to see that song being performed with such electricity every night, it's a show that I've been in love with and I'm very proud to be part of.
And the tour starts tonight
The tour's we're on tour right now.
On tour
right now. We're in Bristol. You can see us in Stoke next week. I'll be doing Scotland. You must come and see us in Glasgow and Aberdeen, and basically all up and down the country. I think from the very northernmost point to the most southernmost tip, will be all over the UK over the course of the next 6 months.
Nice to get back to the hometown.
It's great to be back, and great to be back in the UK as well, and great to be back in Scotland performing.